Okay, back by popular demand, it's another edition of Life Without Sports. And Mike, our extreme numbers that we are generating on our viewership want to know why you have left the leafy surroundings of your backyard and are now back and paneled in front of a Moxie Ted Williams advertisement.
Yeah. Well, to our tens of fans who want to know the answer to this. So people who have been paying attention know we've had some water damage issues at the house here, at the household. So the restoration company, I guess is what you call them, they came in today and took up a little bit of the floor in front of the sink. And so it made the outdoor, because that's right behind the kitchen, they're going to be banging. So I figured it'd be safer to head for higher ground.
So this just sounds like a horror show. Anytime I hear kitchen, sink, hole in ground, I run for the hills.
Run for the hills, yeah. But
and I throw my hands up, and I have no idea what they're talking about when they tell me about what they want to fix.
Right. Now, but I am we're broadcasting live from the Mita Perel suite.
Oh, that is correct.
Yeah.
And what do I tell you about the Mita Perel suite? If the door is a shaking, don't come a knocking.
If the doors are rocking, don't come knocking.
Exactly. See what I used to tell my college roommate? When the sock was on the door.
Right, it was a sock, not a tie.
That's a bingo moment.
I figured you Ithaca boys would be more highfalutin and have like a tie on the door.
I told you. Oh, well, we used to go tie. We used to go sock. It was the early 90s. But I had a single my freshman year.
But go ahead, what?
I had a single my freshman year, which was...
How'd you manage that?
Unbelievable stroke of luck on my part, because I checked off on the application when I got the housing form. I said to my mother, I'm like, hey, I wonder if I should just check single. And she's like, sure, why not? And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So the Mita Perel luck, I get, a month later, I get the form back, and it says I have a single. And my mouth dropped.
Yeah.
We're talking freshman year.
I know.
And I called them just to make sure it was true.
Are you sure? Because, I don't want to get psyched out here.
Is this really true?
Yeah.
Like, I'd never won a lottery before.
Yeah.
I won the lottery. So I get to Ithaca in the East Tower, which is a large dorm with probably 13 floors.
Right.
And I get there and I check in, and the girl check him in. It was a nice looking lad. A lass.
Lass. I was going to say lass is probably the gender appropriate.
If it was a lad, that's okay.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Good looking lad could have checked you in too. That's fine.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
So she says to me, with all sincerity, is there something wrong with you? That was the first question out of her mouth.
Is there something wrong with you? Are you deformed in any way?
Right. It was such a 1990 question.
Oh, my God.
Last time I checked, no. I mean, there might be some multiple personality disorders.
Right.
Last time I checked, I'm okay.
Oh, my God.
Like, how did you get a single?
Yeah.
Huh? $1 million question as a freshman. So I was sandwiched between my RA and another kid who was from Brazil, I believe.
Oh. I guess it didn't take long to get to know him. I think he's from Brazil. I don't even know his name.
His name was Dionisio. I still remember his name, Dionisio Miranda.
Oh, that's a great name.
Yeah, I mentioned that. I think that was in the era of Diego Maradona.
Yeah. I think he ended up in Guadalajara in the AAA Mexican League. Right?
I think he was
left-hander.
Either that or he was in the '94 World Cup.
Yeah,
in the two Escobars.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. I was kind of in high demand that year, so I started a little cottage industry where people could rent my room.
The Mita Perel whorehouse. The brothel, I should say. I'm sorry.
I don't know what was going on. Could have been fantasy drafts. Could have been rotisserie.
It was like your escort service, reverse escort
meetings.
Service.
It could have been, it could have been Stratomatic games.
Oh my God!
I would take some bids.
Yeah.
Do you blame me?
No, absolutely. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I only had one. My only ask was, you must. If there was anything involved with the sheet, anything involved with betting, anything involved with like maybe an Aaron Ho-Ho wrapper on the sheet or something, please do the laundry for me.
Yeah. Wow.
And that was part of your cost.
Wow.
So there was one active buyer from my hometown of Weston.
Yeah.
Who shall remain nameless.
Now, was he in the same class or was he an upperclassman?
He was in the same class.
Okay.
And he would come to me every once in a while, and I'd feel like it's kind of started my enterprising mind.
Yeah.
That was the fertile ground for my business structure.
Yeah, it'll be $35. You got to clean the sheets, and I need fresh ho-hos.
Yeah, no, exactly. I need
Susie Q's will work in a pinch.
Susie Q's work. You want to do Twinkies? Maybe. Maybe an economy-sized bag of Swedish fish.
No, it's $30 if you bring the bag of Swedish fish.
Well, there was a Woolworths downtown. You remember Woolworths?
Woolworths, yeah. They probably had the penny candy section there.
You remember the old school Woolworths in Ithaca, New York was a big hit for about a year until it closed.
Yeah, well, it's a shame that this wasn't more modern because you could have had a Meter Pearl brothel app.
Oh God! I'm not sure the founding fathers at Ithaca College would have liked that one.
Or maybe we'll just call it Meets Boarding House just to keep it safe.
Yeah, I'm not saying there was any nefarious activity.
Right.
In room 501 of East Tower. But let's just put it this way: I did etch my name. Meet slept here.
Oh,
on the walls.
What do you? I can't think of. You read?
Yeah, I'm red. Yeah, well done, Shawshank. Well done. I can't believe I've never told you this story.
Well, that was this by the hour or by the half hour? Did you run a meter? No pun intended.
My business acumen at the time was a bit shy, so I didn't. No pun intended. I
the
didn't
meter's
charge
running.
by the hour.
That gives new meaning to the meter's
The
running.
meter's running. Former award-winning podcast. Well, I think what I told him was, I'm coming back in 3 hours. And
wow, 3 hour window.
Yeah, I gave him a 3 hour window. And there was no midnight runs here. I needed my beauty rest. So there was a window between, you want to get me between 8 and 11? You're okay.
Well, you were probably at the library anyway.
I was. You know what? It's funny. I was a big library guy my freshman year because I had to escape. East Tower, my 5th floor, was Animal House. That's no lie.
Yeah.
I had to escape because I wanted to make a dedicated effort to actually get good grades.
Right.
And I liked what I was studying, so it was easier for me.
Right. Because you had already committed to communications, right?
Exactly. I'd walk back and I'd find there'd be piles of God knows what in the bathrooms. In the bathrooms, it looked like one of your average Friday nights at Merrimack College.
Oof.
It was deadly. So I literally wanted to escape. So if you wanted to get me from 8 to 11, that was a good window.
Yeah.
But you know what? No glove, no love.
Oh yeah. Did anybody abuse the privilege?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I should have advertised it more efficiently too.
Yeah.
But that was well before Facebook and the internet. So it was word of mouth.
For most people, it would have been beer money. For you, it was candy money.
Totally. There was a general store on campus called Max, and I'd go in there and I'd go on a rampage. And the guy handling the till was Mac.
Of course.
Like, oh, John, good weekend for you? I'm like, oh yeah, Mac. It was very beneficial. I leave with a sack of candy.
Yeah.
And your favorite moon pies.
Oh, the moon pie. You love moon pies, baby.
Love moon pies. Love, you name it.
Oh, man.
It's got marshmallow in it. Sign me up.
God, that's hilarious. I could just see you like Santa Claus walking through downtown Ithaca. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was, I can't believe I've never shared this story. And the first time I shared it with you, Pacheco, and the first time I shared it publicly, for that matter.
Now, this wasn't open to Cortland people. It was only Ithaca people, right?
Oh, shit, no. Cortland? Those are very ugly words. That's a 4-letter word.
That's like I'll never forget. This was hilarious. I think it was our first year my first year with you doing the BC games, studio updates, and I remember at the end of the year, like, Mikey, make sure you get the Cortica jug in there. It's like, The what? I had to look it up. I had no idea what you're talking about.
It's the biggest little game in the nation.
I know. Well, Amherst might disagree with that, right? Amherst Williams.
Let me here's a little Amherst Williams salvo. Okay.
Oh wow, throwing it down.
This November, Ithaca played Cortland at the Giants Stadium, the New Incarnation, whatever they call it now.
MetLife.
At the MetLife, yes, at the Meadowlands. 45,000 people. Division III small college football record.
Really?
45,000 showed up.
Wow. Yeah, a buddy of mine, he couldn't go because he works for Myers Park High School here.
Is he an Ithaca grad?
No, he's a Cortland guy.
Oh.
But I think a bunch of his buddies.
The dark side.
A bunch of his buddies. Oh, you'd love him. He's a great dude. One of my best friends.
Despite that character flaw.
That's right. Wow, that's a flaw for you. I didn't.
It is a flaw.
I mean, maybe for me it would be closer to Bentley College. That was our rival.
Yeah, that's the Bentley Merrimack.
Yeah, I don't even think that's a rivalry anymore. But it was when we were there. But yeah. But he had a bunch of friends that went to it. I think, and he was going to try and get up there, but he couldn't get out.
Same thing. I could not go. I was doing an ESPN broadcast.
Look at you, Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I would have liked to have gone, but I was
would have liked to have gone.
I was on the worldwide leader.
I was on the worldwide leader, and I was leaning in. Welcome to the Carrier Dome.
Oh man,
that's where I was that day, calling the Ithaca Georgia Tech game or the Syracuse Georgia Tech game. I wish it was Ithaca Cortland instead. It's the lean-in process.
Yeah, I think Brockmeyer did that game, didn't he? Was Brockmeyer at the Cortica Jug this year?
He might have been. But so there you have it. Amherst Williams.
Yeah. Wow.
Can you put 45,000 at MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands? Go try it.
Yeah.
See what happens. So good for you, Mikey. You had the Ithaca Cortland scores every time you hosted a scoreboard for us on the BC
Always
broadcast.
got that on there. Another weekly staple was, of course, Harvard and Holy Cross and UNH. We always got the
Dartmouth.
UMass. Oh, Dartmouth was big because obviously your dad's ties. We always had to get Dartmouth in there too.
Steve Meadapro was a loyal listener.
Yeah.
And he'd say, "Tell Pacheco to give me some Dartmouth highlights." He would wait for those scores.
Here's some the Throwback Thursday trivia. Now, I didn't actually get in the game, which was a sore spot on from my end, but because we actually had a chance to win the game. But my last collegiate game was against Dartmouth JV. We were playing
Dartmouth JV football team.
Yeah, that was our last game. We actually had a chance to win the game, and because my position coach was like, "You gotta get him in, and didn't get in.
So it was like a Rudy moment for you.
Yeah, I mean, I played that year, but.
Were they yelling, Mikey, Mikey?
No, it was at Dartmouth. It was at Dartmouth.
Oh, it was at Dartmouth.
Yeah.
You played, I know exactly where you played. You played in a kind of a barn-like setting.
But it was actually it was great because we played Browns JV too. And, we were, I guess, so basically what happened was we were club, but it was like Division III.
Yeah.
And my last year, we were actually Division III independent because our league folded. Everybody in our league went up to Division. They were playing Division III, so the Northeast 10 or whatever. They formed their own league. Our president wasn't sure what they wanted to do, so we ended up scrapping together. Like we played Stonehill and Bentley that year, and Assumption, I think, Brown.
You guys played a murderous schedule.
We did. Yeah, we did.
It was, you want to talk about LSU or Clemson?
Yeah. No, I mean it was murderer's row. But the Ivy League games were great because they would have these huge bins of cut up oranges. We thought we died and gone to heaven.
In Merrimack, you just had 6-packs on the sideline.
6 packs of grass. We were lucky, and I don't mean marijuana. I mean actually just grass that they just freshly cut.
Marijuana was afterwards.
Yeah, no, not for me.
For me, here, listen to him. Not for me. Never. Yeah. Hey, as long as you didn't inhale, you were all right.
No, I did not inhale.
You did not inhale.
Now, in those days, I was known to have a adult beverage from time to time, but didn't do the funny cigarettes.
I think that was a prereq at Merrimack, wasn't it?
Actually, this was long. One of the it wasn't really an urban legend. It was actually a fact, but it was well before I was there. But at one point, Playboy magazine used to do like the biggest party schools, and Merrimack, I guess, made the list one year, like in the early '80s, maybe.
That was big time. If you made that list, that actually helped your
Oh
admissions.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
It helped
This is sun
expand
drop,
your.
by the way, meat.
Yeah, you're killing me right now. See,
I got to put more.
some of you would like to have a. It's Friday. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. As someone sings, I think it was Zach Brown.
Well, Jimmy Buffett performed.
Yes, that too. If you want to drink a beer, go ahead at this hour. Drink a nice glass of red wine. I'd like to have a sun drop.
Yeah, you want to naturally artificially flavored cherry lemon citrus soda.
I'll take the sun drop. You can have your red wine.
Yeah. Now I'm not a wine guy either.
See, I am now. I'm more of a wine guy.
Listen to you. So you've elevated from the Shirley Temples to the Chardonnays?
Chardonnays and Pinot Noir. Pinot. It's Noir.
Oh, excuse me. I need to do this then.
Yeah. Lean in. Lean in when you smell it. Yes. Yeah, don't you love when they give it to you in a restaurant? And
like you have any idea what the guy's giving you either, right? Like,
no idea.
You don't know if it's good or bad. You just want to make sure it's not, piss warm.
And I wanted to know the one guy or woman who turns it. I've seen it happen a few times. They say, no, this is no good.
Yeah.
No good.
Get the swill out of here. Get the swill out of here. How about
the people swash it around in their mouths or swish it around.
Well, you gotta open up the aromas, John. You gotta let the bubbles let the flavors escape, so you can get that.
Breathe.
Yeah.
I'm not a real. Yeah. See, you've done that. I bet.
I have no idea.
I'm not a real sour. Like I like a wine that's fruity.
Really, that would be so unlike you to have something like sweet and fruity.
Exactly. It has to be. It can't be like not sour, but it can't be.
You don't like the bitter sour, yeah.
Bitterness, yeah.
I don't either. If it tastes like grape juice, I'd drink it all night.
Oh my God! There's one that I found recently. Oh boy! Give him a straw.
Does this come in green grapes or red grapes?
What are you drinking? Like Mott's apple juice? It's like I can see Pacheco sitting there. Where's Mike? Oh, he's through his 8th bottle.
Yeah, not looking at the the percent alcohol. What's the percent sugar? How many grams of sugar in this? How sweet is this?
How sweet is the wine?
You did that at a posh place. You get thrown out.
I'll tell you, there's nothing better as I get a little older. It's just not in my 20s and 30s, but a nice Italian meal with a nice glass of Pinot Noir.
Yeah. Are you a Chianti guy? Do you like the Chianti?
No.
You're more of a sangria guy.
I'm more of a red wine guy.
Yeah.
Red wine. Sangria, not so much either.
No? But sangria can be fruity. If you get the right fruity sangria.
It's okay. It's all right. I tried some truly hard seltzer the other night. A pineapple truly hard seltzer.
Did you like it?
I'm a big pineapple guy. It was pretty good. I'm not a big seltzer guy to begin with. So I thought it was okay. No, but it does have the sufficient amount of fruit.
Oh.
To satisfy my non-seltzer urge. we are going to far like the netherworld.
Yeah.
Of my mind right now, Mike.
Yeah,
it must be Friday.
It is Friday. Open line Friday. Yeah.
It must be. And I was a little scrambled reading our good friend Pete Thamel wrote about college football and the possibilities of star players not playing this year because of the NFL on the heels of could be the end of college football season.
Right.
Trevor Lawrence maybe might sit out the year. Jamar Chase from LSU, Pennell, a kid from Oregon, all three going to be the top picks in the draft next year. And that's severe implications for college football.
Right, especially if you look at, we still don't know when season starts for either college football or the NFL, right? So if they start pushing back start times, absolutely. For instance, we talked about the other day, there was a proposal maybe about doing college football in the spring. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole if I was those guys.
It doesn't make any sense for Trevor Lawrence to do that.
No.
It doesn't make any sense for any Northeastern school to even touch that proposal.
Yeah.
Or any school for that matter, outside of Florida and California. I don't know how it's possible. I think every day we're seeing other guys step up to the plate and say, like the NBA, for instance.
Right. But the one thing about spring, though, not to interrupt you, is it's the reverse of the fall, right? So it's like you would start in crappy weather, but by the time you got closer to playoff time, the weather would be, depending on when they started. I mean, if they started
but what about college basketball?
Yeah, well,
So you're fighting for eyeballs. You're fighting for every last scrap.
yeah.
I don't know. It seems to me.
I don't think spring's realistic, to be honest with you. I just don't think that's.
I don't think so either. I think they should play in October or maybe hopefully in September.
Yeah.
Start without fans and take it from there. And somehow, as long as all the numbers are in the right area and everything's flattened.
Right. Well, I tell you what, if you're, think about this, right? And I'm not trying to be funny, but if they did start fans, I mean, obviously testing is a big part of it, but, the one, could you imagine the ticket taker? Yeah, give me your ticket. Okay, now give me your forehead. Stick a thumb on.
Right. I'm going to get, broadcasting the games our temperature will be taken probably every 10 minutes, which Cronin will like.
Yeah.
Cronin likes those nurses in the booth.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he's married to one.
He is. That's to tell you the time we went to Duke when it used to be the old Duke Wallace Wade.
Right, and you and like one of the visiting radio booth was also like the operating table.
It was a doctor's office.
Yeah,
and we were having a great time with that throughout the broadcast. That must have been 10 years ago.
Yeah. Did Pete bring the Groucho Marx glasses and the big nose and a
big
Pete, stethoscope?
Yes. Pretty much. And I also said, Pete, what time is the proctologist coming at halftime?
Oh, man.
It was just a running theme.
Yeah.
The Duke press box was a medical building.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Well, football field, medical building.
Well, Neyland Stadium, where Tennessee plays, one of the end zones used to be a dorm, like underneath the stadium. They they have like buildings built into the end zones there.
That's like at BU. Remember the dorms still there above Nickerson Field?
Oh, right.
When BU was playing football, the students used to move the opponent.
Yeah. Now this was that building was not built when my dad was there, but my dad, he and his friends when they were kids, they would come in from Somerville and they'd sneak into the Boston Braves games there when they played at Old Nickerson Stadium.
Oh yeah, the old Boston Braves. Spawn insane and pray for rain.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sure your dad saw many Warren Spawn gems at Nickerson Field.
Well, and a good deal of that was during World War II, and the foul balls would have to be thrown back for rationing.
Oh, that's right.
You wouldn't get to.
Imagine if they did that, like with hot dogs now.
I don't think people want them back.
No, Fenway Franks probably not. And do you know we reached a milestone yesterday that we failed to mention on Life Without Sports?
Well, we did mention
the genesis of our program.
Yeah.
Life Without Sports.
Yes.
You don't have to be an Ithaca grad to figure it out.
Right. A month old?
50 days without sports.
50 days without sports.
Now 51.
Wow.
51. First time since 1981, July 1981. No MLB, no NHL, no NBA, no NFL.
Wow.
39 years.
39 years. Wow. And it was a strike that did that. The baseball strike.
The 81 baseball strike, when they were recreating games on the radio. They were doing. John Miller was doing Stratomatic games.
Well, that leads nicely into this day in history, because we like to talk on Fridays about this day in history.
Love
it. Two very significant baseball milestones happened on this day. Can you guess either one?
And
they were within 3 years of each other.
One of them is Ricky Henderson.
Yes.
Stolen base record.
Yes, he beat Lou Brock. Surpassed Lou Brock's record.
Surpassed Lou Brock. And that's when he said, "Today, I am the greatest of all time."
Yeah, they beat the Yankees, as a matter of fact, speaking of that. And then the other one was 3 years later, 1991, was Nolan Ryan's seventh and last no-hitter.
Oh, I was watching that.
Yeah.
On ESPN. That was a beauty.
Yeah. Was that in the East Tower at Ithaca?
No, that was in Steve Mitaparel's luxury Waltham apartment.
Oh, you were home by then.
I was home by then. We were watching, I forget who was calling that game. It was a great game. I remember I was not wanting to turn it off.
Yeah.
But Ryan was so fun to watch, man. Especially in like the 80s and 90s when he was old. I always thought, how can this guy throw 100 miles an hour at 43 years old? He was just such a tenacious competitor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the best was the Robin Ventura fight too.
Oh, big time.
The noogies.
Yeah.
Look like what you used to do with your brothers.
Well, actually, that's the way I tell the story. But I was the youngest of four, John, so I was the recipient of a lot of noogies.
Well, you might have been giving some of your brothers the noogie in Houston at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
On one fateful night.
That was good times. Good times in Houston.
Yes, that was good time. I liked this day in history.
Yeah, so that's, let me see, there was two other things I wanted to mention as part of this as well. In 2000, this isn't as big a milestone, Barry Bonds hit the first home run into San Francisco Bay from the old, it used to be Pac-Bell, there was AT&T Park, now it's Oracle Park.
Yep.
And,
beautiful park. Love it.
Birthdays today, Alex Van Pelt, remember him from Pitt? Was a long-time backup quarterback for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Backed up Jim Kelly, Todd Collins from Walpole, Doug Flutie, Rob Johnson.
You got to do better than Alex Van Pelt.
Oh, come on! That's
I shared the stage with Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, no, that was the appetizer, John. Here comes the main course. Curtis Martin, my favorite Martin.
Good one.
Turns 47 today, and Wes Welker. Wes Welker
and I are today. Both Tauruses.
Yeah. Also today, in 1841, the first emigrant wagon train leaves Independence, Missouri for California. Now, this is actually impactful for everybody.
I think John Dennis might have been on that.
He might have been. 1886, there was a strike. Workers were demanding an 8-hour workday, which is what has come to fruition. In 1931...
Well, some days, like now, we have a 22-minute workday.
Yeah,
so.
Today is... what are we looking at right
We've come a long way.
Well, we're going to make it 30 minutes at least today. Empire State Building opened up today in 1931.
Across the street from Foley's.
Across the street from Foley's. That's right. One of the best.
New York's favorite watering hole.
Yeah, not only that, one
of the Pacheco sent you.
And I'm not just saying this because I love the place. It really is, to me, it's one of the best places in all New York City.
I agree.
And then 1941, Citizen Kane opened up. It premiered at the Palace Theater in New York City. The Orson Welles.
Citizen Kane. I can't say I've ever seen it. I'm waiting for the remake.
I wonder if there has been I think there's it basically tells a tale of like the William Hearst and but it's kind of reimagined a little bit. Orson Welles plays.
Not a big old movie guy.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm not a big old. My dad always used to watch AMC, and I would always tune out and go in the other room. But there's a series now that just dropped today on Netflix called Hollywood by Ryan Murphy, who's the brainchild of many things, including Glee.
Oh, yeah.
And he is supposed to be really good. It's about old school Hollywood and about some activities that went on behind the scenes, so to speak.
Right. So is this on the heels of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Is it like that kind of?
No, it's even older than that.
Older. So it's like old time. Right.
1930s.
So we're gonna get the guy.
Exactly. Yeah. Like an early Rock Hudson. It's like kind of his genesis in early Hollywood.
Gotcha.
Looks like it could be a good binge-worthy show.
I'm sure one episode will be some sort of knockoff of the Black Dahlia killings.
Probably.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I've heard of it. I've heard of Black Dahlia.
Because
that rings a bell.
There's a bunch of movies have been done on that. It was a case of a girl that was murdered, and so there've been a couple reimaginations of that. That's been like the genesis of. Can't think of the one with Kevin Spacey and Russell Crowe.
That could be any number.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. It will come.
Kim Basinger was in it, I think.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know. Yeah, some smoky rooms. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Maud Apatow is in this one, or Apatow, who's the daughter of Judd Apatow.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say that. No, that sounds familiar. L.A. Confidential is the movie I was thinking of.
There you go. L.A. Confidential was a great movie.
Great movie.
But
that was kind of loosely based on that, like film noir,
yes.
Hollywood.
There's that word again.
Yeah. Not Pinot Noir.
Not Pinot.
This is film noir.
Film noir.
Right. So, but what they would do with film noirs, actually, people don't really know this, John, is they would take the big canisters of film, because they used to be these giant, almost like pizzas, like giant reel, and they would open up these boxes and they would just kind of like kind of waft the film, and if it smelled good enough, they'd put it in the projector and they would start, or the camera, and they would start filming.
It sounds exactly what I do every time I get Pino's Pizza.
Pino's Pizza.
In Coolidge Corner. Or
I was going to say,
not Coolidge Corner, Cleveland Circle.
I was going to say, is that, I wonder if that, at one time, was that Pizza Ring?
No, Pino's Pizza is an absolute dynasty of a pizza maker.
Cleveland Circle.
Yeah, that's Pino's is the best. It's a little on the greasy side. And you might taste it, if you have it Saturday, you might taste it on Tuesday. But there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Well, the
kind of like what you just ate for lunch today.
To me, the true mark of a quality pizza is what it tastes like the next day. If it's still good the next day.
Love it. Cold pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a big leftovers guy either, except for Chinese food and pizza.
Yeah.
And maybe a half a, Philly cheesesteak sub from Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's. Yeah, that was on the menu today.
Were there green peppers on it?
No, we went. I'm not a big. I like peppers, but I don't like them in my cheesesteaks. I go just a standard cheese and sautéed onions.
So I'm not an onion fan.
You're not an onion fan, huh?
No.
I like the onion, which is parody.
Well, it's satirical, yes.
Satirical.
Which is kind of like the show, for that matter. We might as well just call ourselves the Onion Light.
The Onion Light. Oh, yeah. These, Life Without Sports did beat out these two idiots. So
these two idiots that probably would have drawn us more viewers.
Yeah, might have.
Self-deprecating humor is a big part of it.
Yeah.
But what's on the docket for yet another day that ends in Y? That's the same as all the other days, otherwise known as the weekend.
The weekend. It's the freaking weekend. Gonna have me some fun. Yard work. Still. And we got to figure out what's going on with our kitchen. I got to start calling some contractors, because I think we're going to start doing we might do some renovations to the Meter Pearl suite. So,
well, that would be good.
Yeah.
Just make this time a firm mattress.
Yeah, a firm mattress.
Firm mattress. Yes.
Okay.
Firm mattress.
I thought maybe we'd get you like the lava lamp and maybe like the water bed that like with
See, water bed. I've never.
I was never a water bed guy. I had a friend who had one, and
they still exist.
I doubt it.
I don't think so. But I always wonder, I get seasick easily. So I
almost did a spit take into my computer.
I noticed that. Am I going to have to take a Dramamine every time I go to bed?
That's funny. Oh, man.
Is that what it's going to take for me to get a good night's sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a Seinfeld-esque riff there.
Yeah.
But
a Dramamine every time I go to bed.
I was a Bonine guy. You ever take Bonine? Kind of the
Excuse
name
me?
is. I could not take.
Did you say take Bonnie?
Bonnie. I know you took Bonnie at one point, but
wait, what?
Bonnie and Clyde. But Bonine is a knockoff of Dramamine.
Okay.
And Dramamine made me so tired and out of it.
Yeah.
I was punch drunk.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was a kid, I used to get airsick. Thank God that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
And I couldn't take it. I had to take Bonine, which was a little bit better, but that stuff can knock you out.
Knock you out, huh? Oof.
It doesn't make you puke, but it knocks you out.
It knocks you out. Wow.
So
riveting.
Well, that sounds like a riveting weekend for Mike Pacheco.
Yeah, so not much fun. Just standard, boring house stuff. What are you doing? You got anything lined up?
That would be a no. I'll try to do as little as housework as possible. How's
nice.
That?
Sounds how's it different from any other Saturday?
Bingo. King of the lair.
Good stuff, Meat.
King of the lair, my friend. But
King of the lair.
We can all look forward to a blockbuster Monday edition of Life Without Sports. And happy 51st day without sports, everybody. It's not so happy.
No, it's not.
That's for sure.
So long, everybody.
Hopefully there won't be 50 more.
Yeah. So long.